Good morning, everybody. This is Stephen Pugh of the Home Bible College. It's September the 1st. We're looking at Psalm 141 and 142. Both of them are Psalms of David. The first one we call a prayer for preservation, and the second one in time of trouble. My password is taken from the first psalm and the first two verses. Let me read it to you. He says, "Lord, I cry unto thee, make haste unto me. Give ear unto my voice when I cry unto thee. Let my prayer be set forth before thee as incense, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice." It's amazing how David speaks to the Lord, and he describes he's in a difficult position. He's being persecuted. He's praying to the Lord and calling upon the Lord. He's crying to the Lord to deliver him in the midst of his persecution. But he says, "Let my prayer be set forth before thee as incense." Incense was a beautiful sacrifice that created the most beautiful sweet scent, which went up to the very smell of God. God smelt the incense and was pleased with it. He says, "Let my prayer be like to thee as incense." And he says, "And may the lifting up of my hands be like an evening sacrifice." And of course we know that the evening sacrifices were something that the Lord was particularly well pleased with. And so he's saying, when I pray, let it be like the evening sacrifice. Verse 3, "Set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth. Keep the door of my lips. Incline not my heart to any evil thing, to practice wicked works with men that work iniquity, and let me not eat of their dainties. Let the righteous smite me, and it will be a kindness. Let them reprove me, and it will be an excellent oil, which shall not break my head. For yet my prayer also shall be in their calamities." So what he's doing is he's asking the righteous to correct him, to smite him, to smack his face if necessary, because it would be a kindness to correct David if he sins. He says, "Let him reprove me." It would be like an excellent oil to be reproved by a righteous man. Verse 6, "When their judges are overthrown in stony places, they shall hear my words, for they are sweet. Our bones are scattered at the grave's mouth, as when one cutteth and cleaveth wood upon the earth. My eyes are unto thee, O God the Lord. In thee is my trust. Leave not my soul destitute. Keep me from the snares which they have laid for me, and the gins of the workers of iniquity. Let the wicked fall into their own nets, whilst that I withal escape." So this isn't something that a Christian would pray, but it is something that David prays, and he prays in the terms of the Old Covenant. He's saying to the Lord, "Lord, may the wicked fall in the traps that they set for me. May they fall into their own traps. May they become entangled in their own snares, the snares that they laid for me. And may the wicked fall into their own nets while I escape." Okay, now Psalm 142 is in similar vein. Let's read it together. Notice that it calls it a maskil of David. It's the prayer when he was in the cave. So this is probably the time when David ran away from Saul. And it's a maskil, so it's a teaching psalm. And he says this, he says, "I cried unto the Lord with my voice unto the Lord did I make my supplication. I poured out my complaint before him. I showed before him my trouble. When my spirit was overwhelmed within me, when thou knewest my path. In the way wherein I walked have they privately laid a snare for me. I looked on my right hand, and behold, there was no man that would know me. Refuge failed me. No man cared for my soul." Now that's quite a low thing. When a person gets to the point in which he has no help from any other human being, then he's definitely in a very low position altogether. But verse 5, you see, and this gives us the clue to David's greatness. You know, the fact that people didn't help David when he was in severe trouble, it meant that he then called upon the Lord. And this is what the Lord wanted him to do. He says, I cried unto thee, O Lord. I said, thou art my refuge and my portion in the land of the living. Attend unto my cry, for I am brought very low. Deliver me from my persecutors, for they are stronger than I. Bring my soul out of prison, that I may praise thy name. The righteous shall compass me about, for thou shalt deal bountifully with me. So not only does he pray for the Lord to deliver him in his trouble, but he says, when you do deliver me, then the righteous will gather around me. Okay? Because you will deal bountifully with me. So the Lord is going to be bountiful in his salvation for David. He's going to deliver him in the time of trouble, and all the righteous will look on and they will praise the Lord. What an amazing psalm this last psalm is, 142. So there we are. That's my thought for today and my password. I wish you every blessing for the coming day and look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.